Chapter 1. The Beginning of a Global Storm. It was the year 1939. Europe was still healing from the scars of the First World War, but beneath the surface, a new storm was brewing. A storm that would soon engulf the entire world. After years of economic struggle, political chaos, and wounded national pride, Germany was rising again under one man, Adolf Hitler. His fiery speeches promised greatness, revenge, and unity. But behind those promises lay a plan for domination. On September 1st, 1939, Germany invaded Poland with lightning speed. Tanks roared, planes screamed across the skies. This was the beginning of Hitler's new strategy called Blitzkrieg, meaning lightning war. 2 days later, Britain and France declared war on Germany. The world was once again at war. What began as a European conflict would soon grow into a global catastrophe, the Second World War, a war that would touch every continent and change humanity forever.
Chapter 2. Roots of the War. To understand World War II, we must look back to the end of World War I. In 1919, the Treaty of Versailles punished Germany severely. It took away its lands, its army, and its pride. The German people were humiliated and angry. During the Great Depression of the 1930s, millions lost their jobs. The people wanted hope, and Hitler gave them that illusion. He rebuilt the army, promised prosperity, and blamed minorities, especially the Jews, for Germany's problems. At the same time, Italy, led by Benito Mussolini, adopted fascism, a system built on dictatorship and nationalism. In Japan, military leaders took control and began invading China and Manchuria, dreaming of a great Asian empire. By the late 1930s, the world was full of tension. The League of Nations was weak. No one stopped the rising dictators. And so, the stage was set for another global disaster. Chapter 3. The Invasion of Poland. At dawn, on September 1, 1939, German tanks crossed the Polish border. The attack was swift, brutal, and unstoppable. Villages burned, cities were bombed, and civilians ran for their lives. This was the first test of Blitzkrieg, combining fast-moving tanks, aircraft, and ground troops to crush the enemy before they could react. Within days, Poland was falling. On September 17th, the Soviet Union invaded Poland from the east, according to a secret deal with Germany, known as the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. By the end of September, Poland was completely divided between the two powers. Britain and France, though they declared war, did little to help. The world watched in silence as Hitler celebrated his first great victory. But this was just the beginning. The fire was spreading. Chapter 4. The Fall of Western Europe. After Poland, Hitler turned his eyes west. In April 1940, German forces invaded Denmark and Norway to secure vital supply routes. The world was shocked by how quickly these nations fell. Then, in May 1940, Hitler attacked France, Belgium, and the Netherlands. German troops bypassed the French fortifications called the Maginot Line and swept through the Ardennes forest. The speed and power of the German army were unmatched. British and French soldiers were trapped at Dunkirk on the coast of France. In one of the most dramatic moments of the war, hundreds of civilian boats crossed the English Channel to rescue over 300,000 soldiers. A miracle known as the Dunkirk evacuation. By June 1940, Paris had fallen, and France surrendered. Only Britain stood alone against Hitler's growing empire. Europe was under the shadow of the swastika.
Chapter 5. The Battle of Britain. Summer, 1940. With France defeated, Hitler planned to invade Britain. But before landing troops, he needed control of the skies. Thus began one of the most famous air battles in history, the Battle of Britain. The German Luftwaffe launched daily air raids on British airfields, factories, and cities. The RAF, outnumbered but determined, defended their homeland with incredible courage. Britain introduced a new secret weapon, radar, allowing them to detect enemy planes early. Every night, the sky lit up with tracer fire and searchlights as bombs rained down on London during the Blitz. Despite the destruction, the British spirit never broke. Prime Minister Winston Churchill inspired the nation with his powerful words, "We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall never surrender." By October 1940, Germany had failed to gain air superiority. Hitler postponed the invasion,